Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about Jorge Martin's comments on Davide Tardozzi's comments about Aprilia buying the number one plate, and we will see if they can carry it on for the following seasons. Now, speaking recently, Jorge said, "I saw this message on TV just before the Barcelona race, and I must say, I was laughing. From one side, I didn't really want to see this or read this, but from the other side, I got the number one plate because I deserved it. And I don't really care if I keep it or not. If I take the number one plate for just 1 year, I will definitely have plenty of images in my house of that number one plate. I don't really care if I do not maintain it for the future, but let's wait and see what happens." Now, Rivola also got into it and said, it is going to be down to Jorge Martin whether he uses the number one plate or his normal 89 number. But, just in a bit of tongue-in-cheek to Davide Tardozzi, he just kind of putting it saying by getting Jorge Martin in, it was a very cheap way of getting it rather than the expense that Ducati have gone to developing their bike. But again, it's one of those things, do you run the number one number or not? A lot of riders have a jinx against it. They don't like to do it. Johnny Ray was definitely one of those. Marc Marquez, Valentino Rossi, all didn't want to run number one. I think Jorge Lorenzo did once and then never again after that. So it is, one of those things that is down to rider preference. Personally, myself though, I think if you win the championship, you should run number one, regardless of choice and this, that, and the other. You're world champion. You're the series world champion. You should be wearing that number one plate. The question about can Jorge Martin defend it, that's going to be an open question really until we get a couple of races into next season and see exactly where the Aprilia is. Although, the statements coming out from Ducati about the GP25, it does look quite ominous that maybe this is not going to be Aprilia's year and it's going to be a difficult year for Jorge Martin. But I'd definitely love to know your thoughts. What do you think? Should Jorge Martin run the number one plate next season? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.